Hello, sweet friends. Welcome. In today's video, I am going to be sharing the recent trip Brett and I took to Tennessee. We just got home yesterday, and I was going to work on this last night, but I was just too tired. Oh my gosh. We both were so exhausted during this trip. But anyway, we were able to hit a little bit of longest yard sale. So I will be sharing that, and then at the end I will be sharing what I bought. And even better than the shopping, I got to meet two of our favorite YouTubers. I got to meet Susan from the old so-and-so, and then I got to meet Bridget from Bridget's Primitive Passions. So I will be sharing 2 clips of that in this video. And time-wise, I'm not sure how long this video is going to last. So if I can, I'm also going to be including where Brett and I went when we left Crossville area. Brett and I went 2 more hours to Sevierville and Gatlinburg, and I will be sharing some clips of that. And at the end, I'll share what I bought in that area. But like I said, I just don't know how long a video this is going to be. So that might be in the next one, or it might be at the end of this one. We'll have to wait and see. And then on the way home, we also stopped at Antiques on 231. So I had never been there before. So I will be sharing what I bought from there. If you enjoy the video, please be sure to hit that like button for me and leave me a comment and let me know what was your favorite thing I found or the favorite part of the video. I always love hearing from you. And if you enjoy these kind of videos, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and follow along. I thank you so much for watching today, and let's get this video started. Okay, so we are heading out to the longest yard sale first. These bowls, those were some of those imported kind, I think, but this tricycle was so cute. But to spend $150 for something to put out in my junk garden, I couldn't do that, but I did love it. And I also love the little jar next to it. I don't know what it was, if it was like peanut butter or what, I'm not sure. But check out the blue and white granite ware. Oh my gosh. I used to have a large collection of that, and like so many other things, I sold it off, and now I just love it. I'd love to buy it all back. And of course, we all know I have a weakness for old baskets, so these just stole my heart. The wonderful prim patina on them, the old worn wood. I could have bought every single one of them. Now this booth had some nice old pieces. I especially like the old beds. Okay, this is day 2, and we are right now heading
Almo, Tennessee.
Well, we're heading to Cumberland Mountain General Store. And if you follow Susan from the old so-and-so, we're hoping to run into her there. So if we do, I'll be sure to share some video with you. Okay, everyone, look who I ran into. The person I come to see. There's Susan from the old so-and-so.
Hey.
So now I'm here to shop her booth.
Perfect.
Susan had so many wonderful things inside her booth, from old scales to buckets to handmade things. At the end of this section where I'm sharing the longest yard sale, I will be sharing everything that I bought from her that day. And until then, I'm just going to let you enjoy looking around at all her fabulous treasures. Check out all of these wonderful vintage red and white kitchenware items. Oh man, those just pop. So pretty. Hello everyone, look who I ran into. Bridget from Bridget's Primitive Passion. So I heard her voice and of course I had to come find where she was at.
You can't miss my country voice.
Yeah. So be sure to check out her channel, which I know all of you already do. I swear, I can be such a dork. After I got done and I was watching the video of meeting Bridget, and I noticed the whole time I had been holding my pretzel that I bought. So I was like, Tam, you should have sat that down somewhere. So anyway, I apologize for you seeing my food, but it was really nice to be able to meet both Susan and Bridget. I always enjoy watching their videos, and I will be putting all their information in the description, so be sure to check that out. Okay, I have been really into antique pictures lately, and I saw this one at one of the first booths we went to. And I think I'm going to try to put this in my kitchen above my peg rack. So whenever I get done working in there, I think that's what I'm going to do. But that was 30. Oh, unfortunately, on a lot of this, I don't remember what I paid. I don't remember what come from what booth. I think I remember everything I bought from Susan's booth, so I will point out what I got from her. But also, on one of the first booths we went to, the what day was it? Wednesday, when we first got into town, I bought a candle on the longest yard sale. And if you know how hot it is, which actually this trip wasn't that bad. I was highly surprised that the weather was really good, but it did get hot. So anyway, trying to preserve this guy. So, yeah, he wasn't very much at all. He was like, I don't know, $8. But the poor baby, he got a little, and I did take him in the hotel room and didn't leave him out in the car. So, he made it. I was afraid he wasn't going to make it at all. All right, and at that same place that Susan was set up at, I went into a booth and I've got some old books. See here, $3. And I hope right now you guys can't hear, but Brett's down in the basement and he's working on our sump pump. So it keeps going beep, beep. So if you hear it, I'm sorry. And then I've got this old reader here. I think that was $3. So I don't know what it is about old books, but I just love them. And then this one was $3. And it's some old children's book. And then this one was really pretty. Let me see what I paid for this one. I did pay $10 for this one. Didn't realize I paid $10, but that's okay because it is really pretty on the outside. I hope that that's showing up. And these are all super old. Okay, this one must have been a Christmas present from someone because it says, Edna, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, December 25th, 1884. So, and this one is Who Found Bobby? And it's an old children's book. So, that is really neat. So let's see what this one, the blue one is Love Songs of Childhood. And it's dated 1926. And it's also got some old writing inside of it. And then the other one looks like a hymnal. I don't see a lot. I don't see a date in that one or in the reader. So, but if you're like me, I just love old books. So I'll be adding those to my stack. And in that same booth for $1 each, I got, I believe that might be Mother of Pearl on the handle. So I got that. And then these 2 old spoons were $1 each. So I'll just put them in one of my crocks with my other things. And then I also got an old cigar box for $4 from her. Now this is one of those things that I don't remember where I got this from, but it's just an old broom. I don't remember what I paid. So, but who doesn't love an old broom? Okay, then I got this old bucket, and a part of me thinks this may have come from Susan's, but it may not have. So maybe she will remember and leave a comment and let me know. But it has the price tag of $34 on it. And it's just an old prim bucket with the wire bell handle. So thought that was a good deal. Okay, one of the things that I know I got from Susan was this old barrel. I don't remember how much it was though, but it wasn't high at all. It was a really good price. So I'm going to find a place for that. Okay, and then also from Susan's booth, I got an old broom for $12. Okay, the rest of the things that I got from Susan's booth are smalls, but we all love smalls. So I got these 2 little books. They're tied together there. I need to undo them. And then I got, my mom has been wanting some bingo cards. So I got her 3 of those. And then I got, these are just like for sitting inside cabinets or little cubbies. I got some little old vintage plastic. These look like cows. And then more little cows. And then I got a little thing of doll furniture that will go up in my sewing room. I have a little metal cubby thing that I put smalls in, so I'll be putting that in there. Okay, one more thing I got from Susan is this old ledger from the early 1900s. So it's got a bunch of old writings and stuff inside there. So I thought that was neat. Trying to find a date. But I don't know. Just going to sit it on my little desk over here in the living room. And then I got this old kitchen utensil for $10. It's like a chopper. I don't think I've ever seen one like that, or if I have, I definitely don't have one like this. And then a little grinder. This was $2. I do have one like this, but that's okay because I'm just going to add it all together. And then I thought this was neat. This was $20, but it's a vintage camera or an old camera inside its case. So I'll probably hang that on a peg upstairs where I have some vintage clothing and hats. So I thought that was really cool. Okay, so I also got these 2 risers. Now these are reproduction. They are one of those imported places. You can just tell by looking at them, they're not old. But that's okay. They were $10 a piece. And so I will use them as risers somewhere in here in a cabinet or throughout the house. So that was worth it. And I'm going to take the phone down because I have a couple of things outside in the garage to share with you that I got. I got that old enamel tabletop off Susan for $20 because I have a base out on my pergola that needs a top, so I'm gonna do that. Then I got these two sifter things, one for me and one for Mom. And I believe these are imported too, but I think these are old. But I do think they come from one of those imported places, just because it was in the same booth as the risers. Um, those were $10 a piece, so I thought that was a good deal. I have no idea what I'm going to do with mine. The other one's going to Mom. Okay, so that was all that I got from the longest yard sale, but I do want to share all the things I bought in Sevierville, and then on our way home when I stopped by Antiques on 231. All right, now time for my favorite antique store. Okay, we're wrapping up the end of our second day, and Brett is wiped out. He's ready to go and just go to sleep, I think. But we're gonna walk over here to the island and take a look around. Okay, on top of the Anakista Tower. If I could just breathe, it would be beautiful up here. My legs are burning. Hey, if you watch Susan from the old So-and-So, or Tanya from A Little Charm and a Lot of Sass, then you know where I'm going. I'm going inside Antiques on 231. So let's go see what we can find. Okay, so this I got out of Karen Brady's booth, and I'll be putting her information down in the description too. So it is a vintage wooden sign, hand-painted wooden sign. So let's see. So that's going to go up in my sewing room. So I got that. And then also at that antique mall, I got this old firkin type bucket with a bell handle. I don't have any that have this kind of handle. All mine have wooden handles. So I really like this. I thought this was really pretty. So the other thing I got is this old hand-formed redware pitcher. I used to have quite a few of these when I lived at my house however many years ago, but I sold them back when I had my store. So now, of course, I'm trying to buy them back. So I got that. Okay, this was at the other antique store, but it was $18. I do remember that, and I thought this was so cute. So it's a little toy violin. So I'll either be putting that in a cabinet or with my old teddy bears or something. I don't know. I just thought it was too cute to pass up for less than $20. And also, one of the spaces I'm wanting to work on is my laundry room area. So I found this. I got that, and then I got a child's broom. I don't remember where I got this from. I don't remember if I got it at the longest yard sale or if I got it at an antique store, but I liked the vintage green handle. All right, so I will share the rest of my antique store finds in a few minutes, but one of the other things that we did when we were in the Sevierville, Pigeon Forge area was we went to like Home Goods and Kirkland's and things like that. So I do want to share the few things that I bought there. And one of them was this pillow that I got from Home Goods, and all their pillows were half off. And so this was marked 29, so I probably got it for like what, around 15, something like that. So that is really pretty, and I'm starting to get excited about decorating for fall. So I did buy a few fall things. So I got that. Okay, and then Ross had these for $10.99, and they are a nice size pumpkin. So I got the two that they had there. Oh, those are so pretty. So at Ross for $5.99, I got this candy corn dish because in my kitchen, I usually do quite a bit of candy corn decor. So I thought that would be cute sitting in there. Then at Home Goods for my kitchen for $16.99, I got this fake cake on a stand. Super cute. And then also at Home Goods, I got a green pumpkin luminara. So I have tons of luminaras or fake luminaras and mixture of both, but I don't have a pumpkin one. So, and it's green. And at the Dollar Tree there, they had these. And so $1.25, I guess, because they had the red dot. Those were cute. And then I also picked up one of their small black trees. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, if anything, but I thought, well, that might look cute. At one of the little specialty shops at the island in Pigeon Forge, they had this punch needle kit. And years ago, I tried to do punch needle. I tried to do hook rugging. Now, I'm not talking about latch hook. I'm talking about, the punching kind. And for some reason, I just can't do it. And everybody says, "Oh, it's so easy." Not for me. So anyway, I'm bound and determined to learn how to do this. So I bought myself this kit. I thought it was kind of cute. So, and it comes with the tool. It comes with everything you need. Absolutely everything. So I am going to attempt this. And by the grace of God, I'm going to learn how to do this because I would love to be able to make the little mats. And then I think if you can do punch needle, you should be able to do rug hooking, right? Hopefully. We'll see. So I got that. Okay. And then on the final part of our trip, we went to Antiques on 231 in Lebanon, Tennessee. And I'd never been there before, but if you watch Susan from the Old So-and-So or Tanya from A Little Charm and a Lot of Sass, they both have booths there. And I will put that information in the description. So be sure to check that out. And, but when you watch their videos, one of the places I always wanted to go was Antiques on 231. So as we were traveling home, I noticed that it is just right off of 40. So, we stopped and I got some really cute things. So let's see that. All right. And in the very first booth, which I believe is the owner's booth, I got this old hat. I have one old hat like this that I have hanging in my foyer on the peg rack. So I might put this one here, or I might put it up in the guest bedroom area where I have vintage clothing. I'm not sure. And then also in the same booth, I got this wonderful handmade prim pillow. So that will be great for fall. So cute. So I got that. And then I got this handmade pumpkin too, which I'd seen these, I think last year in one of Susan's videos. So I picked up one of these. Cute, cute, cute. Then I was able to find one more of the batter pitchers. So I picked that up. And I don't remember the prices. I don't. This one still has its price tag that I'm getting ready to show you. It's the only reason why I remember it. So it was half of 18 or 40% off 18, something like that. So it's just a vintage old doll chair. So that will go with either in my sewing room or upstairs or something. But I have some old teddy bears that will look cute in there. All right. Well, so that was our 2025 longest yard sale trip and all the good treasures that I found. And we really had a good time. We really did. The last few years going there, it has just rained and rained and rained. Thankfully, this time we did not run into any rain. And it was warm, but it wasn't like how it is back here in Southern Illinois when we got home. The heat index is like over 100. But it was relatively nice. I think it was like in the high 80s. The humidity wasn't bad. So it was really an enjoyable trip. And I think I found lots of cute things. So, and the best part, like I said, was being able to meet Susan and Bridget. And when I was getting ready to go into Antiques on 231, I thought, well, hopefully Tanya's in there working on her booth and I can meet her too. But she wasn't. So maybe the next time I'm up in that area, I will look out and get to meet her in person also. So I thank you all so much for stopping by and spending a little bit of time with me. I truly appreciate it. And I will see you soon.